It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Here for your election day today, Tuesday. Guess so far so good. Can't wait to get home and see how this dang thing is going.
I know. I kind of wish we had tomorrow off. I find it kind of interesting to watch when you see the states go up. Oh, and they just won this state, and we're calling that state.
Yeah,
it kind of can get exciting. Not to sound like a dork.
Yeah. Well, it really, if you've been kind of looking, it comes down to about maybe 6 states. Pretty much are going to decide the election. The other ones you already know. So it's kind of interesting the way the elections work when you're talking about president. It's almost like each state has its own election, and a majority of our states are already figured out. They don't have really any doubt about Florida anymore. Florida goes Republican, and that'll be a Trump win. So the electoral votes for him from the state will go to him. So the ones that they want are some of those states that it could go either way.
The swingers.
Yeah, them swing states. Your Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, that kind of stuff, Arizona. So they're looking at a lot of those. So we'll see what happens. But, it'll be interesting just to see, will this thing go down peacefully, or are we going to have a lot of fighting after it and blah, blah, blah. So getting some feedback on what's going on out there. Jeff hit us up with an email. He said a close friend of mine is in a swing state and went in for early voting today, and he kept clicking on his presidential choice, but the system kept highlighting the other candidate. He tried it 4 different times, same result, called over one of the attendants. They just put their arms up in the air and said, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, boy.
5 more people called up the same attendant, had the same issue. So
this is going to be fun.
These are the stories that we're going to be hearing about today. So will it make a difference? I hope not.
I can already see some old couple. I tried to hit the button, and it just would not work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're interviewing them.
Yeah.
They're quite distraught.
He said that when I did my early voting on Friday of last week, I went through the electronic part, carefully entering my votes. I went back through to confirm everything was just as I selected. Then I printed my card. I looked back over it, and the vote selection for Amendment 3 that I had double-checked was different than what I had selected. I called over the attendant, told him about it, and he said I was the second person to say that. They issued me a new card after going through a lengthy process. My question is how many other people are affected by this and don't check their card after printing. Yeah, I'm not sure that, mine looked like it was a different kind of print, like you couldn't even really see. I mean, I looked at it, but they quickly wanted you to put it in. They have a long sleeve to put it in so other people don't gawk at it. So as soon as you get out of that booth, like I said, that's kind of what got me. Was as soon as I got out, they're like, oh, you need to put the ballot in the sleeve. And then they're like, you need to go this way. And then they swung me around, walked me into an alley.
I'm surprised they didn't.
They threw your ballot right in the trash.
Yeah, I'm like, God, man, I do have my...
We got a disruptor.
I do have my questions.
Well, they kind of threw you in the trash.
Yeah. And I'm kind of standing out there waiting for my daughter. Nobody else came out. I'm like, am I the only one that left this way? And I go to the front of the polling place. Everybody's walking out the front. I'm like, why do I have to go out the back?
That's not the way it's supposed to be.
It didn't feel right. There was something odd about it.
They take your vote. They piss on it. You never see it again.
They took turns passing your vote around and pissing
on it. 3 people back and forth. Fuck that guy.
Here, Ted, you want to piss on it? Yeah, sure do.
Everybody's getting around. Yeah, crazy. So who knows? Becky was just talking about her and her sister able to have a civil discussion about their differences. They do not vote the same way, and that is lovely. It's nice that you can do that and respectfully disagree. So
yes.
I hope people do follow that tone today.
Don't engage in anything violent or yucky or ugly. If it doesn't go your way, think about the end game.
Unless you're the Kelsey guy, and then grab a phone and slam it.
I'm not talking about that scenario. He was provoked. I'm talking about if you're going out and starting fights based on whether your candidate won or lost and you're going to get arrested, And then you're going to sit in jail and go, why the fuck did I do that?
Is that what you do, though? Or do you go, fuck, I'm in jail, I did it?
I don't know. I mean, hopefully you realize when you're in there that it may have been a bad choice.
Hopefully, if you get arrested for anything, you sit down. If you are guilty and you get arrested and you kind of come to, you go, I kind of fucked up. I maybe shouldn't have done that.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know if that happens or not.
I don't know.
And Frank, just to clarify, I was talking about how you can actually wear political items to the poll. If you want a hat or a shirt or whatever it might be with your candidate on it, you just can't kind of hang out and try to coerce people or intimidate people that are voting. But in Florida, you can. But Frank said there are 22 states where it disallows you wearing any kind of political items. So I guess it depends upon where you are.
Oh, so there are some states where you can't.
Guess so, yeah.
Florida's not one of them.
Yeah, every place is kind of different. And we're talking about if you had the option to vote for a fictional presidential candidate, who would you vote for? This is a good one. If you ever saw the show Scandal, Tony Goldwyn from that show. He seemed like a level-headed individual, but he did cheat on his wife.
That was a hot show for him.
Which president doesn't?
That was. Do you think they all cheat?
I think a lot of them do. I think that it's the personality type that kind of draws that type of person in. I think that you have to have a certain level of ego to be like, I'm going to be the president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, or woman. And, yeah, so it might. But, has it always been that way? I'm not sure. As far as I know, and it might have. I mean, it might have always gone down that way. But, it was the Kennedys that kind of started it all off, thinking, okay, these presidential candidates, and then you had, your Bill Clinton.
But was Taft getting side tail?
Yeah, I don't know. There might have been some of those stories. I need to probably delve into my history a little bit more to find out.
Was Taft tapping that ass?
Was he tapping that ass?
I don't really think they pried into the presidential lives as much. That was, I think, something that's not a new phenomenon, but it's different. I mean, the president of the United States, first couple ones, they used to just come and go as they please. They'd walk in and out of the White House and just kind of stroll around town a bit.
What about old Dick Nixon, Richard?
I think by that time he was not able to do that. But there's a new book that's out by Shirley MacLaine. Maybe you've heard of her. She is an actress, and she claims that Marilyn Monroe slept with both John F. Kennedy and Robert Kennedy on the night of JFK's 45th birthday celebration.
That's also documented in that show that I told you to watch, the Maryland tapes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they talked details about whose house it was and these rager after parties.
So are we talking they did it together?
No.
Yes.
Well, the same night, but not in the same room.
It wasn't a three-way, is what you're telling me.
Here's what Shirley MacLaine says. She said she was there. She recalls an after party where she saw JFK leaving a bedroom with Marilyn Monroe inside, followed by Robert Kennedy, who went right in right after. So I guess John got first dibs.
And the other one got sloppy seconds.
Yeah. And then Robert, I guess, finished it up.
Wow.
This was the night that she sang that Happy Birthday,
Mr. President.
Yeah,
So hold on. So John walked in first with her. Did the brother follow them in?
After he walked out.
Well, after he walked out. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah, where she saw JFK leaving a bedroom with Monroe inside, followed by Robert entering soon after.
And that's also from other people besides Shirley.
Going in after your brother, huh? That is.
And in the tapes, some people had said that it wasn't quite confirmed that the brothers knew, like, my brother just got finished.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, there may have been so much going on that there was other things happening all around and sexually in the pool, in other rooms.
Sounds like a Diddy party.
It sounds like a Diddy party. Yeah. So it turns out Diddy's not the first.
Oh, no. I don't think... I think there's always been freak-off type of situations out there.
I think maybe they just had freak-offs without the drugs.
Shirley MacLaine told Ted Kennedy in 1984 the story, and he's just like, oh, man, those two. Crazy. So that was just a Kennedy thing. So he wasn't surprised and probably already knew about it. So,
wow.
Yeah. So it's been going down for a while at least. Got to another candidate that I don't know if he made the ballot, but Gina said, I saw this on my walk today, and I think I'm going to write in his name on my ballot. It is Bigfoot. There are some election signs. Vote Bigfoot 2024.
Vote Bigfoot.
That sign is awesome.
Yeah, you need that, huh?
No shit.
Right. That lovely neighborhood. Maybe, I don't know, that could be Abacoa.
It does. It looks like a gardensy type area.
Yeah, could be Abacoa. Well, a couple other emails that we got here. We were talking a bit about Thanksgiving, and apparently somebody who cannot cook very well has invited everybody over for Thanksgiving and is going to make a shitty meal. And so the person who can cook is like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a backup Thanksgiving meal, and it's going to be in my car with warmers, and I'm going to swoop in and save the day. And everybody kind of turned on her. And...
well, we see what she's doing.
yeah, it really is not the way to handle it. And what we had talked about is said, you know, look, just try to have where everybody can bring something, or, you know, as Emily says here, why not discreetly tell her that, you know, hey, you know, maybe we can give you some pointers and help you out a bit in a nice way. And
You can't do that. There's ways to do that.
Let's all cook together or something along those lines.
Other thing, too, people can get better at a skill. I mean, I believe cooking is one of those things where if you are trying and you're learning, there's no way you can't get better. That's something you can improve on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was just, you know, how to handle that. And we are going to get into that time where feelings are going to be stomped on. And as we get into the holidays, trying to keep family peace and love.
Look, if you guys don't like my chili that I cooked for you today, you can be honest. You can spare my feelings. It's all good. You
know, I will be honest with you.
You're gonna have thick skin in the kitchen. Look, we have time to make all kind of adjustments.
I agree.
That's why we're doing this, because we're trying to win this thing.
I loved your recipe the first time, and I'm open to loving it again. I hope I love this.
How does the consistency look?
Consistency is beautiful.
And I think it's, I
like
think it's
it?
great, yeah.
You're in it already? Okay.
The thing that I wasn't sure about was, because I know you don't like spice, and I do a little bit. This is very flavorful. And
It is,
you're right. And I think it's spicy enough.
I'm keeping that in mind, that I'm not necessarily making it for me, as I know more people like a little bit of a spice. And I've gotten a little bit. I don't hate spice anymore like I used to. It's not my favorite.
Okay.
But if there's a little kickback, I'm not gonna be a dick about it.
Yeah, I'm to the point where, look, I like flavor. I'm not in the day where I'm trying to burn the roof of my mouth off.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. All right, what's going on, Virginia?
I love it.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think it's got great flavor.
Mm-hmm. All right, but we can make some adjustments. Whatever we need to do.
I love it's very pepper forward. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah, it is.
I love the quinoa. I love corn. It's got corn in it, which not everybody does. I happen to love it. It's more of a southwestern chili in that respect.
It is.
And I dig it.
Okay, good.
I think it's very good.
All right.
I am a corn lover.
All right.
Now, one of the questions I've heard that has come up is that's a vegetarian. And a lot of people are, for some reason, very against that concept. They want meat in it.
This is a veggie chili that you don't miss the meat on.
Mm-hmm. So let me just tell you this. My sous chef over here came up with a great idea. Vicious V, explain to the people what we're going to do, because we're going to be able to offer both.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make it true to this recipe, which I think is fantastic. This is a vegetarian chili, but we will have the option of finishing it with meat. I will have a pre-prepared ground beef that is seasoned, delicious, amazing, chili ready. And when you finish something with meat, it's the last thing that goes in. It's already cooked. It requires no more internal heat to get it to where it needs to be. But it just finishes it with a little meat, so you get that meat taste for the meat lovers, and a lot of people that love chili do love meat. So we'll offer two choices, vegetarian or meat finished.
And then we'll just give the one with...
the judges will get the meat finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put the meat in theirs.
And we'll call it, this is the KVJ recipe. It's not the bird, it's KVJ. You're putting the meat in. We win as a team here.
I'm fine with that. But it's a delicious recipe the way it is.
All right.
And, you know, the older I get, the less meat I eat. It's just true. So something like this is very appealing to me. I was talking on Saturday with my friend from Top Chef about one of the finest restaurants in the world, 11 Madison Park, gone completely vegan. Completely. Not just vegetarian.
Yeah.
Vegan. You're talking about a Michelin-starred restaurant, one of the best in the world, completely vegan. I would really love to take you there to try that place.
Are we wearing matching shirts?
We should.
Okay. All right, we need uniforms.
We do.
Got you. I'm on it.
Okay.
I am on it. You got all the music and all that ready to go?
Oh yeah, I got so many remixes of Milli Vanilli songs. You're gonna be sick of it.
So where we are, we're going in on the Milli Vanilli angle.
Milli Vanilli chili.
Yeah,
It's
she loves
fun.
it.
It's fun to say. You know, I love rhyming.
So getting silly with black bean chili is not the name.
we're gonna have 2 banners.
Oh boy.
I've already spent a fortune on banners, but okay.
Oh, okay. Got it. So we are going
So
with it. It is the Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. Your name is out the window now. You may have the recipe, but you don't have the name.
That's something
Make you
tells
lost
me.
naming rights.
I'm going to probably lose the recipe, too.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
This is good.
I'm glad we're working.
I'm finishing it.
We're still broadcasting.
No, I don't give a shit. I stopped caring years ago. That was good.
We'll just wait till you're done.
It's fine.
So good.
Yeah, the ego likes the compliments, but
Yeah.
I don't know if the audience does.
I'll lick the bowl.
Are you done yet?
I'm done.
Okay. One thing I was surprised by was somebody was a server saying that the thing that they hated the most to bring to tables was the water because hardly ever gets used, not something you get tipped on, and the condensation from the water then just makes a mess all over the place. Some other servers are talking about what they hated to do. One person said, have you ever seen where they do the towers of stuff? And one was, it was a fishy type thing, and it fell all over. She's like, I smell like fish the whole rest of the shift.
Oh.
Abigail said it's unlimited shrimp from Outback. Most annoying thing ever. I guess you're just, because you have somebody that is just running back and forth, you're not really making any more money on it because they paid their price, right? So now you're just running your ass off for an already set price of money. It's not like they're ordering something new. You're like, okay, cool. Yeah, at least if I have to go get some, the tab's going to be higher.
Gotcha.
I could see that. Audrey said I was a server at a place where servers were responsible for making cappuccinos during a lunch rush. It's a nightmare.
I've heard that before. They're a bitch to make, especially if you want a little extra, little cream with the face in it or something.
Oh, I love cream with the face.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So I thought it was an interesting perspective from somebody here that's never been a server, so I have no idea.
A server for 4 days. 4 long, grueling, confusing days.
And then he quit.
I sure did.
Never even went back and got his check.
I really did. They wouldn't give it back because I didn't return my uniform.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's
It was Fridays.
It's amazing. Doug had said a couple weeks ago, somebody said that only Murderers in the Building had jumped the shark and was not good this year. Well, I think they were wrong. The show is great. It just finished season 4 and has been set up for season 5, which I'm looking forward to. It was good, and the best one was where Ron Howard played himself. Also been watching Penguin on Max, and that is also very good. I've heard good things about that as well. So that's good. Yeah, I didn't share the same sentiment either. I've enjoyed it. I think it's still a very solid show. It's comedy first, so keep that in mind. It's supposed to be entertaining and light and whatever, even though they're talking about murder.
If you want the the real murder stuff, this ain't the show for you.
Yeah, right. So you just got to keep in mind. It's got an element of goofy to it that I think might have been, oh, come on, that's not believable. Or that's too goofy. It's going to be that way. Jennifer had said you were talking about the scents yesterday and the essential oils that people were doing. And she said, yes, everything artificial that you put on your skin that you inhale, it is bad for your brain. Now, she said artificial, so that would be one thing to look at. But she was listing things like sunblock, mosquito repellent, most body lotions. Check out the ingredients, she said. Perfumes, colognes.
I switched my lotion. I now use Cetaphil because it's like one of the least chemically
Okay.
I don't know.
Can you get your brain checked out like you can get your heart checked out just to kind of see if everything's, any blockage or is there just, not fucked?
Not that I know of. I know, for
I'm here for
instance,
the not fucked test.
Yeah. I don't think they can. I mean, they might be able to see some things in the frontal lobe or whatever. There
Yeah.
might be a diminished size or things like that explain some things. But I do know with the CTE, which you get with head trauma or playing football, that's something where they have to figure that out on your autopsy. So you can't figure that out while you're living. So I don't know about other conditions. But
Because, you can do a deep dive into someone's heart. I wonder if you can do that with the brain.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. I have a definitive answer on that. And she had said when you, for instance, apply perfumes or colognes, if you do have to wear them, spray them on your clothes, not on your skin.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Yeah, that's because I had heard before, put it on your skin, not your clothes.
Right. Put it on your neck and your
Yeah,
wrest,
right.
but that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Well, then what the
I'll
fuck
start
is
doing
it?
that.
Is it clothes or is it skin?
Well, it depends upon,
Clothes.
it depends upon, do you want to, I think you're talking about two different reasons. If you want the perfume to be as effective as it can be, it probably would be putting it on your skin or whatever. But if you don't want all the bad stuff that comes with it, then keep it off your skin and put it on your clothes. So it depends upon what is more important to you. Smelling great or staying away from the big C. So.
I'm staying away from the big C.
And when we say C, we mean cock.
How's that? I'm glad you came in with the joke before I did.
Yeah, she said, remember that Roundup class action lawsuit, pesticides, bug sprays, household cleaners, secondhand smoke, incense,
How is
spa
Roundup?
deodorizers, all that stuff.
How is Roundup still on the market?
Well, then I heard they fixed it and it's not supposed to be bad for you anymore.
Oh.
So again, which one is it? I hear so many different answers.
Maybe they reformulated and took out the carcinogens.
because I had to get some Roundup. Might explain why I'm not feeling so great.
Yeah.
I'm about to round down.
Did you spray a bunch of it in your yard and then stand in your yard while the trick-or-treaters came?
No, it's just I a section of my yard where I put some rocks down. You know me. I just made you some chili and I spilled it a little bit. So I'm sure I spilled some Roundup in my lung.
As long as you didn't spill Roundup in
No.
my chili.
No, but I thought I was told. I asked people like, oh, you're cool, man. It doesn't kill people anymore.
Okay.
I don't know though. You'll get a long email about that tomorrow, Kevin.
Also, Virginia had given out her little tip about taking care of the nurses when you go to the hospital. She said, my friend Jeannie is a nurse at Jbird Medical Center, sent this to me last night. Her and other nurses were blown away when 6 pizzas arrived, 3 big salads, complete with dessert. And this morning when they were all still on shift, breakfast arrived, bagels with cream cheese and donuts. Jeannie got this for me because she knows my KVJ passion is strong. They were very happy with all that. She said, see you at the Chili Fest. Excellent job, V. And there's her friend.
Aw, that was the nurse that was taking care of patients at Jupiter Medical that we fed. Jeannie.
And Jennifer said, yeah, it's so true. When I was in the hospital for a week, I got a tray of Ferrero chocolates from a friend, which I couldn't eat, of course. So I doled them out to my nurses and the admin staff on my floor. Anything I asked for, which was hardly ever, I immediately got.
Who would have thought being cool to people works out?
Yeah.
And being nice.
And when you're nice to all the nurses on the whole floor, then they all come check on the patient and they all make sure that the patient is happy. And isn't that what you want? Happy nurses checking in on your loved one in the hospital?
Seems to make sense.
Just spreading the love. And I learned it from little smiles.
Got an email here from Jen, looking a little bit at the Shrinkflation that is still going on. She said, this is the same bottle of vitamins. The old one has 90 tablets. The new one now has 20% more at a whopping 72. Apparently, it's their new look. So, yeah, you can even see the one has 90 tablets in it. The other one has 72 tablets, but the bottles look the exact same size. And that's what I'd always wondered. I've seen that with the vitamins, too. It's like, why is the bottle a quarter of the way full? Why do you need a bottle that big? That I never understood for vitamins. And the whole bottle's full of cotton. I was like, that just feels deceptive to me.
I would like to know why so many vitamins smell like pee. What is up with that? Why is that? Why do vitamins? That's
all natural, maybe.
yeah. Am I the only one that thinks that? They smell quite horrific.
When I was at his house, I peed in all his vitamin bottles.
Like how they piss on Kevin's
How
ballot.
they pissed on your vote. I pissed on all of his vitamins.
And Jeff, talking about the respect, and talking about SunPass and the issues he had trying to pay for tolls and all that kind of stuff. And the one thing the FTC did, because there's been a lot of problems with people trying to cancel subscriptions, things like that they've had, they need to get on even the state government stuff too. Because, I've heard several comments about how hard it is to get a hold of anyone at SunPass to rectify bills that are not right and those kind of situations. And a lot of times people seem like they're getting charged when they shouldn't be.
I think it's happening to our sweet Denny's, and it's kind of amazing that they don't know how shitty their service is and that there's such a problem.
I don't think they care.
They don't care.
My girlfriend sold a car. She sold it to the dealership and bought a new car from them and forgot to take her SunPass off the windshield. And she realized it like 3 days later. But I guess the car was already off the lot or already been sold or whatever. The dealership didn't have it anymore. She called SunPass for about a month trying to get it canceled. And don't you know, whoever found her SunPass was using it, and all of it was going on her bill. And they were not returning her calls, emails, nothing.
And see, that sucks. And so here the Federal Trade Commission is cracking down on businesses that do that, but crack down on state governments, federal employees, things like that. I mean, jacked up is jacked up. Your job is to protect against any type of consumer fraud or any issues that are happening. So you would think the first thing you would do is make sure that the federal and state
Your own house.
administrations, yes,
Your own house is clean.
Right.
Screw you, SunPass, right?
Right.
Okay, it's time to get in the booth.
That's right.
Yeah, let's make some noise. Fuck them. It's screwing over KVJ Nationers. It's screwing over Denny's and a bunch of other my friends, and they're pissed off about it. Let's make some noise. And if they're gonna be dicks, we'll be bigger dicks.
Can we just take the song that we already did against the Turnpike and just change that part where instead of saying Turnpike, we say SunPass?
We can't do the Turnpike diss song anymore because I put my old address in there. And that's not cool to do the person living there now.
Jennifer said, what is the name of the chiropractor you had in again today? Alessandro Colon, and what was the name? Because she has a new place. I'm trying to remember what the name of it
Her
was.
show is called Crack Addicts.
Yeah, it was Crack Addicts on TLC. I don't know if they did more than the one season, but you'll be able to go back and watch the old episodes. Got her first and last name.
She's adorable.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. And you wouldn't think somebody so tiny could give you that much muscle and push and crack.
Yeah.
But she did,
Strong
man.
like bull.
She cracked me up and down.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She was alarmed when she saw me. She's like, oh my goodness.
She's like, oh boy, your back is not good. Are you beyond fix?
I don't know.
Oh.
Now I'm a little worried. I'm like, all right. I'm like, what does it mean? What are you talking about? She's like, you need a hug. Oh my God.
What?
That's what she's told me.
You don't want your doctor to tell you they can't help you, but they just want to hug you.
That's what she told me. She's like, yeah. She's like, you need a hug. I'm like, all right.
Maybe she was just saying that for the radio, and you should go talk to her privately.
No, I think you need a fucking hug.
Yeah, I think she's just saying. She's like, yeah, you're way too stressed. So I was like, no, okay, all right.
When is the last time you had a hug? I'll give you one, big guy.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Kevin's face.
It
Like,
took you
please
5
don't
minutes to get over here.
Please don't get up.
Yeah, he can't get up.
I know.
Kevin doesn't really want a hug.
It won't be
It's
very
just a
good.
hot mess.
It won't be very good radio.
Okay. So yeah, but Virginia, you got. I mean, she cracked the neck, and that did feel a little bit better. That was kind of something. But it sounded like you really loved it. I know my buddy who went to her yesterday just was like, "Oh my gosh, I feel so much better."
She got my middle back. She got my upper back. Then she got my neck. It was almost like too much. You ever have like, okay, we need to go slower here. But I guess because we were on the radio, we were going really fast. But I was like, it just happened too quick. I wanted to like breathe and enjoy it more.
Yeah, take it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get another round with you then. It's not rushed by radio.
I loved it.
Got here, if you're looking for a lovely quinceañera dress, this is Lucette that sent this in. Picture of me and my son's girlfriend. She was modeling quinceañera dresses from her mom's shop. Anybody looking for a Sweet 16 or quinceañera, visit Paloma's. It's all about the dress in West Palm Beach. There's a great photo that was done for Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Wow.
Also got David, who said the Dolphins had me a little too depressed on Sunday to send this, but we got to meet Virginia on Saturday night. I was in the Star Wars crosshair costume. My girlfriend was Buzz Lightyear, and my brother and his girl went as characters from Inside Out. She was sweet as usual. Got to meet Rocco as well.
They were adorable. And the girl in the Buzz Lightyear, she's actually a jewelry maker. I met her at the Turtle Fest, and she made me the coolest bracelet with lemons on it.
Oh, that's lovely.
You know I love lemons.
I do. I buy a lemon dress.
You did, and I wear it.
That was the right kind of fabric?
The fabric's thick, but I love the dress. I just muscle through the fabric. With my menopause, it's hard for me to wear like anything with a polyester blend because I sweat all the time.
Well, buying clothes for people is stressful, but buying clothes for a woman is stressful too.
It is. I get it.
Because you don't know if you're going to offend. I don't fucking know.
I am a prissy bitch, and I am difficult to shop for. I get it. But that lemon dress is on point. And then I wore your pizza dress, too, over the weekend that you got me.
You did.
I did.
I got to stop buying dresses. It's getting kind of weird.
I kind of like it. No, you need to step it up and keep buying me stuff.
I can start buying Kevin some dresses now.
Okay, yeah.
You're buying me dresses, trying to hug on him.
Keeping it fair and balanced.
And Kathy Potts, she says she is a normal Boca native.
Not a mean Boca lady.
No, they're lovely, lovely people in Boca. There really are. She is a Boca High grad, class of '94. And she said, my youngest daughter is one of the marching band girls. Got to meet Kevin on Friday night.
Adorable.
Yeah, she's been with us the whole time, so appreciate all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much for listening all these years, Kathy. Definitely appreciate that. Also, shout out to Carmen. She said, thank you, Virginia, for taking a picture with Aiden. We had a great time at the Feast of Little Italy. And there is your photo there. So nice to see everybody out.
Aw, cuties.
Yeah. Really cool. So thanks for taking photos with us. We definitely do appreciate it.
We do. We love it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, go out and be calm if everybody can. Make it a nice, peaceful day.
If everybody can.
Yes.
Be calm. Don't start no fight about politics.
No, I don't like that. I don't know what the thing is where you feel like you're, I don't know. I just.
Your candidate is not going to be impressed by you putting your fist in somebody's mouth.
Yeah,
They're
I
not.
Don't know.
It's not. Violence is not going to help your candidate win.
Yeah.
It's not going to make them happy.
Yeah, respect, understand. Everybody's just trying to live their best life and trying to make the choices that they think will get them there. So, try to be respectful if we can do that today.
Please.
That would be lovely. All right, y'all. Thanks for the email. Send them to us. Mail at kvjshow.com. Have a nice, calm election day. We'll see you back here tomorrow, unless the world burns down.